Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, utterly exhausted, yet sleep remains frustratingly out of reach? Despite your best efforts, slumber refuses to come. You toss and turn, your gaze fixed on the ceiling, as the relentless ticking of the clock marks the passage of time. Midnight passes, then 1:00 a.m., 3:00 a.m., and before you know it, it's 5:00 a.m. You attempt the age-old method of counting sheep, fluff your pillow repeatedly, and even give that breathing technique your neighbor swore by a try, but all to no avail. What's even more puzzling is that you once slept soundly, like a baby. So, what exactly has changed? Perhaps you attribute it to aging, stress, or the natural alterations in your body. However, here's a little-known fact. Sometimes, the root cause isn't in your mind but rather in your kitchen. The foods you consume, especially during the evening, hold the power to either grant you the most restful sleep of your life or stealthily deprive you of your much-needed rest night after night. And I'm not referring to pills, potions, or complex diets. I'm talking about simple, natural, everyday foods that might already be sitting in your pantry or fridge. Foods that can gently signal to your body, hey, it's time to unwind and rest. The truth is, friend, sleep doesn't have to deteriorate as you grow older. You can regain those peaceful nights and wake up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. And you don't need a prescription to achieve this. In today's video, I'll take you through 6 remarkable foods that can truly transform your sleep. And I'll detail precisely how to incorporate them into your diet for maximum benefit. I'll be honest, the third food on the list might surprise you. It's something most people consume at the wrong time of day, and that simple error in timing could be costing you hours of sleep each week. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore how food can become your secret weapon for a good night's sleep. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with maintaining sleep or found yourself waking up far too early? If so, simply type better sleep in the comments section. And if you're new here, welcome to Golden Years Health. This is your dedicated space to learn, grow, and thrive in your later years. If you're seeking more straightforward, honest advice on living well, sleeping soundly, and feeling your best, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Now, let's dive in. Because the key to a great night's sleep might be closer than you think. Let's start with something small, sweet, and surprisingly effective. Cherries. I can almost hear you thinking, cherries? Really? It's just a fruit. But let me share a story. Harold, a 72-year-old retiree with a quiet demeanor, isn't one to experiment with fancy supplements or elaborate health routines. However, sleep had become his nemesis. He used to sleep well until the past couple of years, when his nights suddenly became long and lonely. He'd wake up at 2:00 a.m., stare at the ceiling for an hour, doze off for 20 minutes, and then wake up again. It's a cycle many of us are familiar with. One afternoon, while flipping through an old health magazine, he came across a brief paragraph about cherry juice and melatonin. Thinking, well, it's just juice, might as well give it a try. He started sipping half a cup of cherry juice before bed each night. Nothing drastic. After a few weeks, a subtle but significant change occurred. The restless tossing and turning ceased, and the early morning pacing around the house became a thing of the past. He was finally able to sleep through the night. So, what makes cherries so special? Tart cherries are one of the few natural sources of melatonin, the hormone your body produces to regulate the sleep-wake cycle. As we age, our melatonin production typically declines, making it more difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep. This is where cherries step in. They gently nudge your brain back into its natural rhythm, in a subtle and natural manner, without any harsh effects. But here's a common misconception. When people think of fruit before bed, they worry about the sugar content. However, this isn't about indulging in sugary treats. It's about the right timing and portion. All you need is half a cup of tart cherry juice, consumed 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. Or, if you prefer something to chew, a small handful of dried or fresh tart cherries will do the trick. No need to overdo it. It's not a miracle cure, but rather a gentle form of support that your body may be craving. And remember, it's not just about falling asleep. It's about staying asleep and waking up feeling truly refreshed. If cherries seem too light for you, what if I told you that the next food on our list is not only filling but also packed with nutrients that promote sleep and help your body relax from within? let's talk about a fruit that has long been underestimated, the humble banana. Picture Gloria, a sharp and witty 78-year-old who still enjoys knitting with her church group every Thursday. But sleep was her constant complaint. I fall asleep fine, she'd say, but I wake up at 2:00 a.m. As if someone flipped a switch. Does that sound familiar? During a routine checkup, her doctor made a simple yet impactful observation. Your magnesium levels are a bit low. The word magnesium stuck with her. Not wanting to take pills, she asked if there were any food alternatives. The answer was bananas. So, she added a banana to her evening routine, having one about an hour before bed. Within a couple of weeks, she noticed a difference. She still woke up around 2:00 a.m. But the awakening wasn't as abrupt or alarming. It was more gentle and natural. Bananas are often referred to as nature's sleep aid, and for good reason. They're rich in magnesium and potassium, two essential minerals that your body needs to relax. Magnesium soothes your nervous system, while potassium helps relax your muscles. Together, they create a calming effect, almost like a gentle lullaby for your body. However, many people have a misconception about eating bananas at night, thinking they're too high in sugar. While it's true that consuming 3 bananas with a bowl of ice cream is a different story, a medium-sized banana is perfectly balanced. Thanks to its fiber content, the natural sugars are released slowly. Combined with those key minerals, it makes for the ideal bedtime snack. And if you want to enhance its benefits, pair it with a small spoonful of almond butter. The healthy fats in almond butter slow down digestion, keeping you full and satisfied throughout the night. Now, speaking of almond butter, let's stay in the world of nuts for a moment. There's another nut that might surprise you with its sleep-promoting properties. Small, crunchy, and often overlooked, almonds are considered one of the top natural foods for better sleep. Let me tell you about Sam, an 81-year-old retired teacher. He spent his life solving problems in the classroom. But in recent years, he faced a problem he couldn't solve: restless legs. Every night, just as he was about to fall asleep, his legs would twitch, fidget, and ache. It was as if his body refused to rest. Even when his mind was exhausted, he tried warm baths, stretching, but nothing worked until his daughter, a dietitian, suggested a simple solution: eat a few almonds before bed. At first, he laughed at the idea. Almonds, what could a nut possibly do for my legs? But after a week, the twitching subsided, the restlessness faded, and for the first time in months, Sam slept soundly. Almonds are nutritional powerhouses. They're abundant in magnesium, the same calming mineral we discussed in relation to bananas. But they also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that aids your body in producing serotonin, which is later converted into melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. So, when you eat almonds before bed, you're getting a twofold benefit: muscle relaxation and a calming effect on the brain. However, most people make the mistake of eating almonds in the morning for an energy boost, which is fine, but if you want to harness their sleep benefits, consume them at night. Just a small handful, around 8 to 10 almonds, about an hour before bedtime. Make sure they're raw or lightly roasted, and avoid salted almonds, as salt can cause dehydration and disrupt your sleep by making you wake up to drink water or, worse, make frequent trips to the bathroom. Keep it simple and let the nutrients work their magic, providing natural support for your body and mind. Now that we've talked about something crunchy, let's move on to something warm. You might be surprised to learn that oatmeal, typically associated with breakfast, can actually be an excellent bedtime food. Margaret, a gentle 75-year-old who takes pride in her garden and never misses a church potluck, was having trouble falling asleep. She'd lie in bed with her thoughts racing, like popcorn popping. She tried herbal teas, turning off the TV earlier, and even using white noise machines, but nothing helped. Then, one day, she made a simple change. Instead of having crackers or cookies after dinner, she opted for a small bowl of warm oatmeal, adding a sprinkle of cinnamon and a few banana slices. And soon, she noticed that she was falling asleep faster. Her body was relaxing more easily, and her breathing slowed down without her even realizing it. The science behind oatmeal's sleep benefits is fascinating. Oats are complex carbohydrates. When you eat them, they gradually raise your blood sugar levels, not in a sudden spike but in a slow, steady manner that helps your brain release serotonin, the chemical that makes you feel calm, centered, and ready for sleep. What's even more interesting is that when you combine oats with a source of calcium, such as almond milk or dairy, your body uses it to produce melatonin. It's a gentle chain reaction that starts with oats, leads to serotonin, then melatonin, and finally, a restful night's sleep. A common misconception is that oatmeal is too heavy for nighttime. But it doesn't have to be. Just have a half serving. Use almond milk if regular milk feels too heavy. Add a bit of cinnamon to help regulate blood sugar. And maybe throw in some dried tart cherries or banana slices for an extra sleep-boosting effect. It's warm, comforting, and sends a clear signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. Maybe you prefer savory over sweet and aren't a fan of fruit or warm cereals. No problem. The next food on our list is a sleep superhero that you might already have in your fridge. Think back to how you felt after a big Thanksgiving dinner. That overwhelming drowsiness, where you could barely keep your eyes open, didn't happen by accident. While you might have blamed the mashed potatoes or the pie, the real culprit was likely the turkey. That heavy-lidded feeling isn't just holiday magic. It has a scientific explanation. Turkey is rich in tryptophan, an amino acid that's the body's natural pathway to serotonin, the feel-good chemical that relaxes your mind, and eventually, melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. When you eat turkey in moderation, especially in the evening, you're not just feeding your body, you're providing it with the essential ingredients it needs to relax naturally. A common misunderstanding is that eating protein at night keeps you awake, while a heavy, meat-laden dinner late at night might do that. A small portion of lean turkey, especially the white meat like turkey breast, has the opposite effect. It can help you stay asleep longer and enjoy deeper sleep stages. It's all about balance. The best way is to add a few thin slices of cooked turkey breast to your dinner plate or make a light turkey wrap with whole grain bread, about 2 to 3 hours before bed. This gives your body enough time to digest the food and convert the tryptophan into the calming hormones you need. Some people even enjoy cold turkey with a bit of mustard and spinach. It doesn't have to be complicated. What makes turkey especially beneficial for seniors is its ease of digestion and its role in supporting muscle maintenance, which is crucial as we age. When timed right, it sets the stage for a better night's sleep. We've covered fruits, nuts, warm oats, and turkey, but what if you prefer a gentle drink to end your evening? Something light, comforting, and requiring no chewing. Our final food is actually a humble tea. Don't underestimate it, though. Because when it comes to winding down properly, chamomile tea might just be your new best friend. Elaine, an 83-year-old with a bright smile and a love for crossword puzzles and evening walks, has a nightly ritual. Every night without fail, she brews a cup of chamomile tea. She holds the mug with both hands, settles back in her favorite chair, and sips it slowly. When asked why she never skips this routine, she says, "It's not just the tea, it's the whole experience of slowing down." And she's right. Chamomile tea isn't just warm and soothing. It's incredibly effective at promoting sleep. Chamomile contains a natural compound called apigenin, which binds to specific receptors in your brain. As a result, your nervous system relaxes, your heart rate slows down, and your brain starts sending signals that it's time to rest. It's important to note that not all herbal teas are the same. While some might think any herbal tea will do, chamomile has been specifically studied for its mild sedative properties and consistently shows positive results. This makes it an ideal choice for older adults who want to avoid relying on medication or strong sleep aids. To make the most of chamomile tea's benefits, brew a warm cup 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Take your time to savor it. You can add a teaspoon of honey for a touch of sweetness or a splash of almond milk to make it creamier. Drink it in a quiet, dimly lit space and let your body associate this moment with calm and tranquility. Because it's not just about what you're consuming, it's about creating a relaxing ritual that prepares your body for sleep. Now that we've explored all 6 of these sleep-supporting foods, let's take a step back and understand why this knowledge is so important. Especially as we age, sleep is no longer a luxury. It's a vital form of self-care, a gift you give to yourself. Losing sleep as we get older has far-reaching consequences that go beyond just feeling tired. You're familiar with that foggy feeling in the morning, the lack of mental sharpness, the mood swings, the forgetfulness, and the frustration of being unable to rest despite being physically exhausted. Beneath the surface, poor sleep impacts your memory, mood, heart health, and immune system. It can make you feel less in control, less independent, and less like yourself. But here's the empowering truth. You're not helpless. You don't have to endure another restless night wondering if this is your new normal. These 6 foods aren't magical, but they are powerful, gentle, natural, and nourishing tools that your body responds to. The best part is that you have the power to choose. You can actively participate in your own healing process. Maybe tonight, you'll replace your usual late-night snack with a cup of chamomile tea. Or tomorrow, you'll swap your evening toast for a small bowl of warm, cinnamon-spiced oatmeal. Start with one small change, one bite, or one sip, and observe how your body begins to transform. Your body desires sleep and healing. It just needs the right cues. It might take a few nights, but your body is constantly striving for balance and seeking to regain its rhythm. The beauty of it is that you can guide it gently, with love and care, back to restful sleep. Restful sleep is not a thing of the past. It's still within your reach, and it's yours to claim. Let's do a quick recap in case you want to write these down. The 6 sleep-friendly foods we've discussed are: 1. Tart cherries, which provide a natural boost of melatonin. 2. Bananas, to relax your muscles and soothe your nervous system. 3. Almonds, a rich source of sleep-promoting minerals like magnesium and tryptophan. 4. Oatmeal, a nighttime carbohydrate that increases serotonin levels and relaxes the body. 5. Turkey, with its classic tryptophan content to support deeper sleep. 6. Chamomile tea, a gentle and calming beverage perfect for before bed. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these foods have you tried before bedtime, and did they help improve your sleep? Share your experiences in the comments section. Your stories might help others, and when we share, we all benefit. If you found this video helpful, if it gave you hope or a new idea, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to join our community at Golden Years Health. This is a place for gaining insights, showing compassion, and learning simple ways to take care of your health and happiness in this important stage of life. You're not alone on this journey. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching. Sleep well, stay hopeful, and I'll see you in the next video. Sweet dreams.